Well, hey there. The weather bug app on my phone tells me that it is 92 degrees and the heat index with the humidity factored in makes it feel like 106. And I've got a little job to do today that would be better done on a nice cool day. But I can't use this griddle in the cabin on the stove without burning off all that buildup on there. I tried to use it yesterday and it just started smoking and making an ugly smell in the cabin, and the queen wasn't very pleased with that. So I took this outside straight away and got a cast iron skillet to make my tortillas in. This is my tortilla griddle, and it's good for a lot of other things too. But so I've got to build a fire and put this thing in the fire and burn this mess off of it to get it back into the shape that it needs to be in. Hang around with me. Let's work on something together. I do like to practice what I preach, and I've always said to people and encouraged people that every fire that you build is an opportunity to practice your fire making skills. And so keep that in mind. What I've got here is my fire makings. I've got some shavings and some scrapings from the that piece of lighter, or fat wood as some of you call it. We always were taught that it was lightered, L-I-G-H-T-R-D, lightered, good old lightered. That stuff is worth its weight in gold. Be mindful of what you do with your tools that you use so you don't lose them. Let's build a little fire here with the smalls, the little twiggy things. We'll get them going. And we add a little bigger. Keep stepping up your stick sizes. Yeah, this is what we need. Heat index on 106. And fire. So what's been going on since the last time I made a video? We didn't get lost. We didn't fall off the planet. We've basically been hunkered down in the heat of the summer. Shirley and I, neither one enjoy doing the heat. And the older we get, the more it affects us. And so summertime, if we can't get to a cool place someplace, our cool place is inside the cabin. So we basically hunker down and just make our way through the summer months. This has been a different sort of summer for us, and we're dealing with something that we totally unexpected. One of those curveballs that comes out of left field. And several weeks ago, Shirley was diagnosed with endometrial cancer. I believe that's the way you pronounce that, endometrial, and was kind of fast-tracked into surgery to do a total hysterectomy. And she's recovering from that today, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday, today is Monday. Tomorrow is 2 weeks since that surgery took place, and she's getting better every day, stronger every day. It's a major surgery. And as far as the pathology that's being done on those body parts that were removed, we will know the results of the pathology on the 16th. Her follow-up with the surgical team that did the surgery, that specialize in what's the word? I can't think of it, but especially for women that are having these sort of issues. And they're part of the University of South Alabama at the Mitchell Cancer Institute. And so we find out what's going on in regard to the pathology on the 16th. This skillet has been burning off now for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, sitting over that fire. Let's see what it's doing. Oh yeah, look at that. That old nasty stuff will wire brush right off of there. Handle that skillet's hot now, y'all. Nasty coming off of there. No wonder it was smoking in the house. Now we got another little step in the process. Once we've got it burned off, and I used a wire brush on it. Pork fat. Nothing seasons cast iron like pork fat. Put that pork fat on there. Yeah, I know. It's not as healthy as olive oil and all that kind of stuff, but what can I say? Now I gotta get a glove on. Actually, I'm gonna put 2 gloves on. Yeah. There's no omega-3, I don't think, in pork fat. That's just renderings from the pig fat. Run that around a little bit. Wipe it good. And now what I'm going to do, turn that over on top of that heat. Just let that cook for a few minutes on top of that heat. And not only is that seasoning the skillet so that, you know, building up that glaze so that things don't stick to it, but by seasoning cast iron over a wood fire, that seasoning absorbs the aroma of the burning wood. And then when you set that on the stove inside the cabin or inside your house, it gives off that beautiful wood smoke aroma. we'll let that sit right there for a few minutes, and then I'll repeat that process 2 or 3 times, and then we'll see what it looks like. So how did it turn out? It turned out great. I gave it 3 coats, 3 applications of the pork fat from the renderings, put it back over the fire, let that cook. Basically cooking it onto the cast iron, creating that non-stick surface. Now, what's the best thing that you can do with cast iron? The best thing that you can do with cast iron is use it. When you take it out to use it, especially like this little one here for making pancakes or tortillas, give it a wiping down of shortening, or just a light wiping down with a little bit of pork fat. Do your cooking on it, and when you're done, maybe rinse it, after it cools off, rinse it with just plain water, and then warm it up a little bit and put just a light coat of shortening or pork fat on there, and you'll never have any trouble with it. Lewis and Clark used the same cast iron on their expedition, and their cast iron was about the only thing that they brought back with them after all those years of crossing the country and making their way back. So, what have we got going on? What have we got planned around here? Well, archery season opens up October 15th in Lower Alabama, actually statewide in Alabama. And the first 10 days of archery season is bucks only. And then after those 10 days, October 25th, it's either or with archery. You can shoot a doe with a bow, or you can shoot a buck with a bow. And Alabama has a very lenient limit. 3 bucks during the combined season and seasons, and a doe a day, essentially. Or you can kill a buck and a doe on the same day. Now, good luck to anybody doing that, because it's not as easy done as it is said. And I'm going to be going down to the Perdita River Management Area, which is just south of us, and I'll be hunting management area land almost exclusively this go around. And got a little spot out here close to the cabin that I may do something with. I don't know. I've been very, very discouraged lately, the last couple of years, because of the number of stray dogs that run wild through these woods. And people don't keep their dogs up. So, we're going to be doing some of that, and of course we're going to be doing whatever we got to do to get the queen taken care of in dealing with the cancer diagnosis. And we're hoping and praying that when we go back the 16th, that all they'll have is good news, and that the surgery, the hysterectomy, got everything, and that it's gone nowhere else, and that there's no other necessary treatments or anything that need to be done. And thank God that the last time we had to deal with the cancer word, the queen had a bad melanoma on the back of her arm, and the surgeon was utterly amazed, utterly surprised. He expected that everything that he took out would come back positive from the melanoma, and it did not. And he walked in the door and he said, "I don't understand it, but it's all good news." And that's what we're praying for this time. So folks, if you pray, whether you pray or not, pray that when we visit the surgeon on the 16th, she's going to say, you're good to go and have a good life. And you know, that's what we're praying for. So I've got some cast iron to take in. Has it cooled down enough to, ooh, that's still pretty hot. That's good stuff, folks. Appreciate you watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Probably sooner than later.